Tonight's You Be the Sleuth is brought to you by Ted's Nearly New Treasures. It's the early 1920s somewhere out west. Telephones and dependable mail service have made wide open prairie a little smaller, but cattle is still king. The monthly Cattlemen's Association dinner is underway at the Circle Bar Ranch. The president of the association, Charles Smith, owner of the Circle Bar, is chatting with his wife and overseeing the dinner.
Grace, looks like you've been throwing another wonderful dinner. I think everyone's having a good time.
Well, thank you, sweetie. Everyone does seem to be enjoying themselves.
This apple pie is wonderful. I wonder.
Charles, look over there at Mr. Allen. He doesn't look like right.
Looks like Edgar's going to fall asleep in the middle of the meal. Excuse me. I think I'll go speak to him and wake him up. He's not been feeling well recently, and I hate to embarrass him by falling asleep in front of everyone. You don't look like you're enjoying your meal very much, Edgar. You all right, Edgar? Edgar, wake up. Someone help over here. I don't think he's breathing very well.
Evening, Charles. Evening, Mrs. Smith.
Howdy, Sheriff Loomis. Howdy, Deputy. I'm glad you two were nearby to get here in a timely manner.
It's just been awful, Sheriff Smith.
I'm sorry you all had to experience this tonight, Miss Smith.
I was surprised to see Rowdy bringing you all in so quick, Sheriff.
Yes, it was lucky that we ran into your hand, Rowdy, out on the old wagon trail just south of your place. We were on our way back to town from a trip over to the county seat for the Watkins trial. So what's going on, Charles? Rowdy said something about a death.
Well, Sheriff, looks like Edgar Allen just passed up and passed away in the middle of the dinner. Strangest thing, he seemed all right earlier this evening. He's still at his table across the hall in the dining room. We hadn't had time to move him yet.
Well, that's fine, Charles. It's better if we get a look at him before he's moved anyhow. Is everyone that was at the dinner still here at the ranch?
Yes, we moved everyone out of the dining room and over here into the living room. Poor Edgar's wife, Mrs. Allen, that's her over there in the blue dress. She's holding up pretty well considering what she just happened.
Well, Charles, dear, maybe she was expecting something like this. Edgar's not been well recently, you know, health-wise. And I have heard talk amongst the ladies, not that we gossip, Sheriff, but I have heard talk that the Allens were having some marital problems. And you know, things like that can take a toll on one person. Not that I put too much stock in that kind of talk. Why, just tonight I saw that Mrs. Allen had brought poor Edgar's very own salad dressing, just for him. I thought to myself, how thoughtful, when I saw her putting it on his salad just before he sat down to eat. Poor Mr. Allen.
Well, Charles, Miss Smith, please make everyone as comfortable as you can. This may take a little while. Deputy Turner and I will go examine Mr. Allen.
Poor guy. Looks like he had a peaceful death. What do you think, Sheriff? Heart attack? Poor guy. Looks like he never made it to the stake. Looks like he had his hands and he was still eating his greens. Strong smelling salad dressing. Smells like an oil and vinegar dressing with some punch to it. Must have been his wife's special blend. Fork's still in his hand. Poor guy.
So I see. Come on, Turner, let's go talk to the wife. Excuse me, Mrs. Allen. I hate to bother you, but could you tell me what happened?
I suppose so, Sheriff. It was so shocking. I don't know what to say.
Well, could you tell me what Mr. Allen ate tonight?
Well, I was across the room talking to Mrs. Dale. I was kind of keeping my eye on Edgar from over there. You know, he's not been in the best health recently, Sheriff. Edgar, he had some coffee, and he was just getting started on his meal when he just seemed to fall asleep. It was just awful, Sheriff, just awful.
Well, I know this is hard on you, Mrs. Allen, but I just have a few more questions. I know cattlemen are usually hearty, meat and potatoes kind of eaters, but did your husband usually eat a salad?
Well, yes, you see, he's been having some some health issues for a while, and the doctor told him to eat more greens, but I don't see how this could mean anything. I guess his heart finally gave out. Is that what it looks like, Sheriff?
Just routine questions, Mrs. Allen. Did Mr. Allen say anything about feeling unwell today?
No, he just seemed to fall asleep while eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to wake him. I suppose he's had a heart attack. Is that what it looks like to you, Sheriff? A heart attack?
Yeah. Well, that'll be all for now, Mrs. Allen.
Thank you, Sheriff.
You notice anything odd about Allen's table, Turner?
No, I can't say it did.
I didn't see any oil and vinegar dressing on his table or at the salad table. All I saw was some mayo and hot sauce. Well, let's take a look in the kitchen.
Dirty dishes. Doesn't look like anyone has washed anything yet.
Look in the dish drainer. Small glass pitcher with a label on it. Check it out, Turner. I'll bet that label says Mrs. Allen.
Wow, Sheriff. How did you know?
Grab that for evidence. Then go back out to Allen's table and collect the remains of his salad and his fork. Dump the rest of that salad into one of those mason jars and close it with a lid. We'll take it back to Doc Edwards and give it to him to have a look. I think there's something more here than just oil and vinegar. Best not to touch the salad, and don't clean the fork. Take a closer look at that fork this time, Turner. You'll see that those tines are badly tarnished. I'm going to go step into the den and make a quick phone call to town. And then I think you and I need to have a talk with Mrs. Allen again. Ms. Allen?
Yes, Sheriff Loomis.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you again, Ms. Allen, but you'll have to come to town with me.
Why? I don't understand.
I think you do, Mrs. Allen, all too well. You see, you're under arrest for the murder of your husband.
Now it's time for you to be the sleuth. Do you think you know why Sheriff Loomis has accused Mrs. Allen of murder? In a moment we'll find out, but first a word from our sponsor, Ted's Nearly New Treasures. Tonight's show is brought to you in part by Ted's Nearly New Treasures. Why, it's like they're almost brand new.
At Ted's Nearly New Treasures, you'll find a wide selection of slightly used, somewhat used, sort of used, mostly good, kind of bad, and pretty much ugly treasures that someone probably should have tossed out long ago, but just couldn't bring themselves to do it. It's January, and brrr, it's cold outside. So come on over to Ted's Nearly New Treasures and pick up a set of nearly new long johns. Yes, just in time for the cold days and nights of winter. You can save big by picking up a set of nearly new long johns from Ted's Nearly New Treasures. All of Ted's slightly used, somewhat used, sort of used, mostly good, kind of bad, and pretty much ugly long johns come pre-stretched, pre-worn, and mostly pre-washed in a somewhat sealed brown paper bag that mostly guarantees no unexpected aromas. So come on over to Ted's Nearly New Treasures and pick out a pair today. Old Man Winter won't wait, and neither should you.
All sales are as is and final. Ted's Nearly New Treasures is not responsible for any sickness, disease, embarrassment, or unexpected aromas that may result from the use of this product. Ted's Nearly New Treasures is not licensed, not bonded, and not responsible for your lack of judgment. And now, back to your story.
Sheriff Loomis, you were right. The fork was tarnished pretty bad. But how did you know it was murder?
Well, looks like Mrs. Allen was careful to wash the dressing pitcher she brought, and no doubt she thought the salad bowl and fork would also be washed before anyone would suspect anything.
Poison?
Yes. We'll know more after the dog looks at the evidence, but I'm thinking his salad dressing had hydrofluoric acid in it.
Hydrophoric, what?
Turner, I've been telling you that you should read the Chicago Police Journal that we get in the mail. You can learn all sorts of interesting facts, like that hydrofluoric acid is a poison that smells like vinegar, leaves the victim dead from what looks like a heart attack. That phone call I made was to check with the Allen's lawyer about his will and any insurance policies he may have had. Besides his ranch, that Mr. Allen had a nice insurance policy taken out only 2 months ago, destined to go to Mrs. Allen. Too bad for her that acid tarnishes silverware so quickly. It's It's always the details that get them, right, Deputy?
Yeah, crooks. They always think they can get away with it. You know, I think I'll start reading that journal each month.
That brings us to the end of our first hour of the Postmark Jamboree. Stay right where you are for our second hour coming right up. We'll go right into our second hour here at the Postmark Jamboree. Welcome to the second hour of the Postmark Jamboree, brought to you by the Postmark La Follette in conjunction with WLAF Radio. Tonight's show is brought to you in part by Ted Here, the New Treasures, and Cat, the dog food for cats. Did you ever notice how your cat cannot stay away from your dog's food bowl?
George, honey, Fluffy's not eating her cat food again. Do you think she's ill?
Ah, she's fine, Madge. She was in the kitchen just a minute ago eating from Goliath's bowl. I think she'd rather eat the dog's food than that expensive cat food you buy for her.
Did you ever wonder if your cat knows something you don't? I mean, besides the secrets of teleportation and interdimensional time travel, just what temptation does that cat see in the dog's food bowl that you can't see? Wait, don't get down on your hands and knees and taste it for yourself. Just get yourself Cat, the dog food for cats. Your cat will love it. No more finicky. Genuine dog food smells and textures, and an imitation dog food so that your cat can't tell the difference. That's Cat, the dog food for cats. Just look for it in the pet food aisle at your favorite store. Remember, look for the imitation dog food can in the cat food section. Careful, it might fool even you.